Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Okay. You guys get it. All right. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Hello to everybody virtually, and hello to everyone in person who's not AI. That's the word for the day, because we just got back from a continuing education convention put on by the Tennessee Land Title Association, and there was a lot of talk about AI and the future and what does that look like for our industry and for your all's industry. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit. We're going to touch on it because it is something new, and there's a lot of folks who aren't even sure that created it, and they're not even sure how it's all working. So it's taking on a life of its own. Hopefully not the singularity. We're not ready for that yet. But I'm Nora Drake, and I am the manager at the Johnson City Reliable Title and Escrow. And I brought Tammy Street with me. She was nice enough to take a break out of her busy day.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah. And thank you all for taking your time. I know time is of the essence, so I appreciate getting to see everybody and getting to know you all. Yeah.
I'm stuck in the back, so I can't get to see everybody. I know that, but for Karen, a couple of them, so.
It is nice to see everybody beyond the emailing, so it's always a pleasure to get to see the people behind the messages. And Tammy, I was talking about her earlier, and also with the approach of AI. You know, we work with our people. We have abstractors that Tammy we know personally, so we don't form out any of our title circuits. We do them all with local folks. We have abstractors that work with every county that we do title work with.
We've been with them for years.
Yeah, and Tammy is instrumental in a lot of the in-house curatives that we do. If there's an issue, we something like mobile homes, estates, trust. So we've all had experience with these. Tammy is amazing at knowing who to contact, what to ask for, and how to get it as quickly as possible.
I'm known as the bulldog. If I don't resemble that, I am known as that.
Well, now I'm going to start referring to you as our AI. Yes, so Tammy does an excellent job. And she knows everybody as well because she has a background in banking. So, how long have you been with Reliable Title?
8 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Before that was with the bank 24 years. Before that, another bank for, we won't get into that. I'm old.
And she's also Ariel's clogging teacher.
Yes,
I was
knew
just
I'd
going to
heard
get
of
into that a little bit. Yes. So,
I'm her clogging instructor.
You show us a little something.
you're going to have to bring the clogging shoes
Yeah,
on.
right. Well,
Okay.
they're gonna call it.
That's awesome.
Oh, they're in the car. Oh, not my car.
Interaction.
Well, and I was also going to put Tammy on the spot a little bit, just so that and you can do this to me too. You know, what's your favorite food? Let's ask the original.
Not salad.
Salad. Oh, that's right. And I know this about her. She brings her own salad dressing. She likes French.
That's it.
That's it. It's a small little window there, but that's okay. We
What
all
kind of
think.
salad?
Okay.
What kind of salad?
House salad, Caesar salad.
House. If I can get anything along with Caesar, I'm not real wild about.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were gonna throw us a curveball and say. Palm salad or
Chicken salad.
Yeah.
Chicken salad. Okay. So I wanted to go over some of the, before we get into the topic, there's a couple things that we're doing at Reliable Title that will be of value to you all. We definitely have a respect for the first responders and those that serve our communities, and veterans as well. So we are very proud to offer a discounted settlement fee on purchase or refinance closings for first responders and veterans. And I'm going to leave this, and you'll see on the table, I put all the information I'm going to talk about on the table, but there is a QR code on here that you can scan to get more information. When we receive an order, if you know it's a first responder or a veteran, just let us know, and we will make sure it's noted in the file and get it taken care of. And that is at all 3 of our locations, so it's not just me here that I'm representing. It is also our locations in Kingsport and our location in Greenville. Our Kingsport location, there is now this is today, so it's really short notice. But if you all, want to get out to Kingsport, yes, their open house and ribbon cutting for the new office. And if you can't join them today, totally understandable. It's been kind of on our radar for a little while. But next time you're in Kingsport, pop in. This office is gorgeous. It's huge. Your clients are gonna love. Have you been in there? Yeah, it's beautiful. I think they need to buzz each other now in their different offices because there's so much space.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
We just hollered in the hall.
Yeah.
yeah, right. So in our office, we're all going to hightail it out there today because I think I've seen the new office. Have you been up there yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's right in the middle of downtown. You don't know where there's an olive oil company right there, and I think Stir Fry Cafe is right around there.
Okay.
So it's in that beautiful. I hadn't been out there for a while, and they have really made it look beautiful downtown Kingsport. So, and I think that location's going to be awesome. It's just so welcoming there. The whole downtown has a great feel. So, like I said, this is today. It's from 3 to 5, and there's going to be light hors d'oeuvres, and I think there's a couple of beverages that might be served. So,
Cookies?
yes, I'll make sure. If we do, yes, yeah.
Just
Well,
don't leave him the
you
cookies.
see don't have open house without cookies. I don't
You're going to have sweet stuff. So, yes.
Sold.
He'll be there.
Said sold.
Oh, hey, I'll take some. Yes, come on down. I actually will bring some of these cookies too, so they'll be sitting waiting.
Sweet.
Because I know you want to see those are really
They're so good.
They are amazing. Yes. The cookies are from Publix. They have the filling.
Oh, what's that? Oh, good food.
I know they do.
Hey, I didn't.
We have a line what we like to eat, so we know all about food. We like to break bread together and with everybody, with you all especially. This is something that's been ongoing as well. This is we had such a great experience through you all with meeting Isaiah House that we picked them to be our first folks that we're going to make a donation to. I was so impressed knowing that all their funding is done through the community. And I just think that is a true example of how when folks come together, great things can happen because they had a vision and then they shared it with the community and then here they are. And I understand there's not just the one Isaiah House and there's more on the way. So we are continuing through June to donate a portion of the proceeds from our closings to Isaiah House. So during June we'll have a nice check for them. Yeah. And so this is also on the table. And Mel made this beautiful, I love this flyer. It's got flowers and it's green. So.
And we have copies of that laying in the workspace area, and I also sent it out to everybody.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a great operations manager. Her name's Melissa Neeson, so she does all our, I have to give a shout out to her because she's really, really great. Okay. And I also brought this little flyer. This is one of my favorites. It's just your basic flyer, but it gives some really great reasons why you and your clients need title insurance. Before I got into title work, I had no idea what title work was or why would you need that? But this is the biggest purchase, and you all go through this with your clients. It's a hard decision to make. It's huge. So, and we insure our cars, we insure all kinds of things. But your home title is something that is, there's a lot of things that go on for you to get to that title. And that's where we come in and we do, we are very diligent, very thorough. So we use local abstractors. And our abstractors, they know things about the properties, right? They know local folks. So they we have a little edge with them. But there's still things, we don't know what we don't know. It's not a record or someone has done something or been dishonest way back in the past. That's where your title insurance comes in. So.
I hear a lot of, like on the radio about home title theft where I've never really heard of until like the last probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that is what we're going to talk about that.
Okay,
so.
never mind.
No. It's an awesome subject because when that home title first came out, I was like, what?
I hear it all the time on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, they've partnered up with, there's a major security company that they've partnered up with, and it's like an add-on service. So what these folks do is, they sell it and promote it as if it's protection. It's not protection. It's basically title monitoring. So if something happens, and I'm not even sure how that mechanism works, because to get on title, so you have to know what you're looking for on title search. So I'm not even sure well, let me walk that back. I know how now all the counties, and this is free. We've been talking about this in our closings. You simply put your email address in and your name. The county register's office will send you a message that says if anything is transferred in or out of your name, they'll send you an email. It's free. It's already available. So that is essentially the same as what the home title lock does. They don't put a lock on your title. It's impossible. So there's a lot of things that they're selling, and the investigation is starting. It's not so much on the service they're providing, it's on what they're telling the consumers that it's actually providing, because it's not. Also, with your enhanced homeowners title insurance policy, you already have that protection. Fidelity is our underwriter of choice. We're a consistent top performer with Fidelity, and the reason we like Fidelity is because they're one of the oldest. And actually brought a little really boring, really nerdy, so I'm not going to bore you with it totally. I'll pick out the good stuff. The history of title insurance. It's really interesting. I mean, why did this get started? But the company that we work with, they were there from the very beginning. So the protection's already there. This company, it's the fear. Now, not to say it's not happening. There are people who have, I guess, too much free time, and they're using their powers for evil and not for good.
So is it something like they can do like without? Is it like a scam that they are getting people to sign away something, or are they just doing it bypassing the homeowner in general?
So you're asking what the actual
What the
if there
scam
was-
person is doing? Yeah, the
Gotcha.
fraud that's actually taking place for situations like that.
That's a good question, because it seems like now, after working in this industry, Tammy and I started at the same time. So it is so difficult. Yes, that's right. Yeah. They hired two gingers at the same time. I thought that was a good decision. A little brown right now. Let me get back there. Have a hair on 18. Natural. It doesn't matter. It's naturally on your head, so it's okay. Anyway, I'm a hair product person. So it is really difficult to have that happen, or for someone to do that. It's not impossible, but what the things that we've seen are attempted title fraud. The way that it could possibly happen is that there's lots of folks in on it. So you would have a notary on it. You'd have a lot of fraudulent documents. The registrar's office, they don't have to vet everything they record. That's our job, because we at Title, we're the overseers of the public recording. You know what goes up there. That's part of what we feel responsible for.
Because they don't do a lot of e-recording either, because that's been.
It's not so much the e-recording, but there's a platform called Simplifile that those go up, and so we're asking questions about how they're vetting folks that are recording documents. The big picture is just, and for you all, it's probably less of a, as agents, when you're working with a reputable title company, you're gonna, be fine. It's the folks that, again, it's the people who are just out to do evil and not good. But to answer your question, I think what they've seen in when it's transpired is like copying and pasting a notary block and making a deed look like a deed. They are really targeting, they'll look at like obituaries, find somebody that's passed away, and have a deed executed from someone who's passed away. So obviously it's impossible. So it has made me kind of look at, and I do this anyway, Tammy does this anyway, our whole office, we're kind of honed in on these things. Is if something, you just have to keep digging a little deeper. So if you've got a situation, it's typically a property that's been in the same family for forever, and then all of a sudden, so anyway, that's, too much detail, but there's things that'll kind of clue us off. And we have had some issues with, sellers that will get we had an issue with, and actually stopped some fraud from happening. This happened to, I think we talked about this here before, but it's still good to know. What clued me off was the earnest money was a gigantic check from Canada. And so that was the first thing. It was like $100,000. And I was like, well, hold up, that's a lot. We're popping up. Let's kind of see where that came from. And that is, I called the FBI, and there is a scam. And I actually looked at the property online, just Googled it on Zillow, called the agent, and they said, no, we don't have it under contract right now. But I had the fake contract in my hand. So it was interesting. But with the earnest money check that large, what they want you to do is deposit it, and then you send them back the good money. Yeah, and then, so I still have the check, I said I'm gonna have to send this back to you, and then Deborah would give me an address, so I just have it.
You still have
Sitting
it?
there, I still have it, no one's contacted me about it, so, yeah, and we know why, and I think they sent it via FedEx, so it's really difficult to track, and the emails were amazing. You see the words kindly
Yeah,
through the emails.
Kindly. So their
perfect.
game is to send you the earnest money, and then I guess they wait. They go, "Oh man, can't buy. Can you
Yes,
send it back,
that's
please?"
exactly right. Yep. Yeah, they want you to deposit. Then they ask you to go ahead and deposit it so you can send
As
it
soon as
back.
possible, yeah, that check has to clear.
And they make sure that you see on their email chain the exchange where, because it's canceling, and it's very interesting. Kindly canceling. So
We've had two early ones. That was the worst one.
I was really excited that I was like, this is maybe some fraud. That's not a good thing to be excited about, but I'm really glad that we picked up on it. So I'm not excited about the fraud. I'm excited that I was, took my vitamins that day.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it wasn't me who noticed the large amount. It was, I think you who brought in. This is,
It didn't look like a bank check. It just looked normal.
It's like on a napkin. 100,000.
This was what, 225,000?
yeah, so that
It was a
that
large amount of money.
Canadians.
crazy.
And I don't think it even had US side of it either.
It was
It was weird.
the check with the Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Queen says this is good.
Right, exactly.
The Bank of Canada. Yeah, she heard that. She likes what else. And this is another with the Fidelity. We love, and the folks there are so they really welcomed me into the title community. Yes, they did.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'll have to make an abstract of this because this is pretty boring. But 1874 is when title insurance first got really going. So the first policy was issued on June 24th, 1876. So it's been around.
Who's
for
the
a
first
long time.
policy holder? Do you know that?
The first policy holder, yes, it's on here. Yes.
Joey? You old mother.
And actually, if you look into the history of property with the original deeds, they were trying to get folks to take on property. It was like unknown. It'd be weird, being here and then having
Nothing beats
land that
somewhere.
nobody had ever lived on. We can't imagine that now. But the government would give almost like not a grant, but you would stay there long enough and then you get the deal. It was cheap. It's like $2 an acre. Let's see. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, here we go. Nope, that's Hiawatha. I'll have to get back to you on that, because I'm sure you all want to sit here and watch me.
No, I mean,
find
that was
name.
just trying to think, would it be like some rich guy that had like a mansion or something, or a plantation or something?
I don't think so. It was in Philadelphia. That's what it issued. Let's see.
A man named Gus.
Arnold. Let's see if you can find there. You go. I'll get my AI. Can help me. Yeah, there's actually with this home title law. There is in Maryland. They're putting out consumer alerts about it, so it's starting to be investigated. It's a great idea. I mean, it's, you
So
know,
this is the company itself is on Title Lock?
I think it's called Title Lock.
Title
I know,
Lock, yeah.
I'll just say it's Norton. They're partnering with Norton to sell it. But,
Yeah, I think you're right.
it's an add-on, and you can order it by itself. It's not very expensive. You know, it's like $15 a month.
Apparently it was a lawsuit between Watson and Merhead, which the buyer sued the searcher. And that's when it ended up, they started doing the title insurance. So Merhead, never heard of it, so.
Well, there was a lot, same things then as apply now. If you look at really old deeds, even the notary blocks, the language is the same, which is fascinating too, because you can look at, depending on the county, some of the documents that are electronically kept, there's really old deeds that are, you would think that you would be able to understand, but the notary blocks are still the same.
I had one come up the other day, it was 1912. Was a Marcy Deer, couldn't read it.
Was it handwritten?
It was handwritten.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, wow.
handwritten, and they do have notary blocks on it and everything too, but they were a little bit different, but it was handwritten, you know, very wide, located in whatever county it was, and it started as at a planted rock up to a brook, which has a painted rock, down to, you know, it's one of those, so, you know.
I'm sure that painted rock's still
And
there.
you're right. I'm sure.
Are we getting a survey?
Government survey.
23 steps to the old oak tree.
That's exactly what it says.
There's an acorn.
To a
planted
new,
by
to a new
branch.
planted tree. Well, you know that new planted tree's not there
Yeah.
anymore. It's, you know, it's either there or gone.
Yeah, I think that's true.
The description.
Up the brook.
Yeah.
It's just,
Actually, this cow, he's always here. This way.
I don't see anything about poultry or
Yeah,
cows
yeah.
or anything yet, but.
Oh, some of those the old restrictions, too, like you can't have chickens near the pigs, so
Yeah.
we take all that into consideration, you know. So, are there any questions about, I'm sure y'all have seen this stuff, and I know you asked a few questions about the title lock, but are y'all have any question? If you think of any later on, feel free to shoot me a message.
Cool.
So if y'all think of anything, just let me know. But you're in hand, and this is the policy that we issue to our homeowners, is the enhanced policies, the homeowners policy. They already have that coverage in there. And so there's the two ways that we partner with you all and your clients to protect them. And they can sign up, and our closers go visit closing. They can go to the county, whatever county their property transfer is happening. We can do it for them, and if some folks aren't comfortable with that, it's just as simple as going to the website, typing in your email, and you all can do it too. I know I registered with Washington County. My home's in Washington County. And it's not just deeds. They'll send you a notification if anything is trying to be or transferred in your name. So if you got a notification that there was something but you didn't take anything down to the record, probably like, check it out. That's absolutely free, totally free. Yeah, it's awesome. And all the counties do it. There's a different, so it's their registrar's office website. But I got really nerdy and very excited when I found out that they do that. And how easy it was to do. They didn't make a big announcement about it, but it's awesome. Because if, it's immediate as well. When I signed up for it, I got an email back right away saying, hey, you're signed up. Let's see. Yeah, this is interesting, and I can send this out. We're going to see more of the investigations of the title lock, because it's not so much their product, it's how
What they're claiming to do.
yeah. Because there's from what I'm reading, the protection aspect is not there.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
basically just like a scan, and then what they're offering really doesn't do anything.
Yep.
There's no safety there.
They can tell you, okay, so say they did see somebody, done it has to happen, so it's already happened. They might let you know, but then it's up to you. They'll be like, call your title insurance company. So, which you probably hopefully you got the enhanced policy.
Yeah, so basically all they're doing is your research for you, your scan for you, I guess.
I guarantee you that if you sign up on the register website, you will know faster before they would.
Yeah.
So, because they do it all they index everything by name. And I was gonna touch on our website a little bit. On our website, and I know that I've been working with Reliable 8 years. I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at our website. It had been updated since I worked there. But on our website, there is a space for you all. There's items, but for your clients, there are some really great videos about from the beginning of the closing process to mortgage to questions about mortgages that I didn't even know the answer to. Like, there's all kinds of great videos. They're really short. It just takes 2 clicks to get to them. So if you've got folks who are just, everything is foreign, that was me when I bought my first house. I had no idea what was going on. I just basically, they told me when to show up and sign here. And I was like, coughing with sweat down because I didn't know what was going on. That's before I went to title. And I wish I would have had that because we basically signed our contract on a napkin, sent it to Quicken, and then the seller was like, have you called title yet? Called title what? So it'd be nice to have a little. That was before I knew, what you all do. So that was like before title work or anything. So I'm going to apologize for not. We got lucky. We got really lucky because the house was good to us. But yeah, so on our website, it's just the rtellc.com. There's a lot of really great tabs, and they're very easy to get to. We also have an instant quote generator through the Reliable Agent. I tried it this morning. It is so fast. It's on our website. You just press the button, put in like 3 pieces of information, whether it's a cash purchase or there's a lender involved, and the purchase price. And if you don't even have to put any other information. Like, it doesn't ask for email or anything unless you want a PDF. And then it'll send it to you like that, and it's nice and tidy looking. But it is super fast. So if we're not in the office on like a Saturday or Sunday and you need a fee quote right away, and we also have the Palm Agent. If you all, but sometimes you just need something right this second. So that's a way to go to our website, and it's right there. It is super fast.
Nice.
And the little tab is right on our login page, or right on the front page. Yeah, so we're really proud of our in-house work. Like I said, we don't, we think it's very extra because of the connections that we have to the community and our abstractors. They are awesome. Awesome. And they'll make notes on the so it's not just abstracting, they also interpret. And we do that too, but it's nice to have another set of eyes looking at things. So the stuff the title can get a little hairy sometimes. I think that's all the information that I have a quiz, or not a quiz. Not on that material that we just covered.
I just didn't get
What
that
was his
running.
name? Who sued what?
Huffenmeyer versus McMurray.
I don't think we ever. I'm going to find out who was the person who got that title insurance policy. So
I'm going to want to know.
I know. I won't let it rest because I want to know now. Alright, so do y'all have any questions that I can answer right now?
The home title search was my only question, but you guys answered that perfectly.
Perfect.
Every once in a blue moon, you'll have someone that says, "Well, why would I want title insurance? Isn't that what I pay for the title search for?" And then I explain, but I'm sure that y'all might have a more.
And it's amazing how many people will buy a $700,000 home and not want title insurance, and it just blows my mind.
They'll insure the television.
Yeah, they'll insure the television, the rings, or whatever else, but not the home.
Yeah.
Or they'll
Or
get it in
somebody
case
will
that
go-
street hits it, but your title getting challenged.
Or they'll want to buy one without a search.
Yeah.
And it's, and then when we get it the second time, there's like unreleased liens
Mm-hmm.
on it, and I'm going through one right now that I've been going through 2 months to try to get a lien release for over $1 million.
Oh my goodness.
And because they didn't do a title search. If they'd done a title search, that would have been taken care of years ago, like in 2015.
And it wasn't even from the current owner now,
Right.
it's from the previous owner.
Right.
Oh,
So,
boy.
yeah. So then you got with the banks that are defunct, then you have to
Yeah.
figure out who bought who bought who,
Yeah.
and send it to them.
How does it work? Like, say, if somebody puts a lien, like mechanic's lien, so to say, on a property, how do you know that's a legitimate claim that that person is making for the lien?
It's
We
usually
would-
registered in the courthouse.
Yeah.
It's usually, yeah.
We would look
record.
and look at the research, on, because that's generally gonna happen from construction.
Yeah.
So there would also be, hopefully a notice of completion that was a record. We can look at a lot of evidence.
So they have to actually provide some sort of evidence when they,
With the mechanics lien, and also that goes to a third party.
Okay.
So it doesn't just go to the person, it would go to, like when we have builders who, are doing a notice of completion, or maybe didn't know that they need to do that, that we will put our title company name on there. So, there's ways to kind of look, I don't see a whole lot of mechanics liens,
Yeah.
but, and that's why the preventative for that is the notice of completion that goes out and gives notice, and kind of like a foreclosure notice. It just gives a specific amount of time that they have to put down a lien.
gotcha.
And after that, you can't really.
Usually you see the UCCs down now. They'll put a UCC down for building material or something like that. That's usually connected to the deed of trust.
Yeah. Uniform Commercial Code. It's really boring.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to figure out what that was. And the UCC filings are, like if you get a washer and dryer through, or your heat pump
through
your heat pump through
Brightridge.
Brightridge, they'll do a UCC filing where they can come and grab that heat pump. So it's not on the property, it's on the personal property. If you don't pay for it, I don't know if they're gonna come and get it, but they can, so that's what that's for. It'd be terrible. And this flyer about why you need the owner's title insurance, this is a really good one. You can always have them call us. Go over it with them. There's a lot packed into here. This is 20 important reasons why you need title insurance, but not all the reasons, but they just want, like, how many can they fit on a page? Forgery is a big one. Transfer title by a minor, or even, we've had that happen before. Mental incompetence of a grantor of a deed. Incorrect legal descriptions, and that does happen. That's like, we've seen stuff where the wrong plat was conveyed, which is not, it sounds awful, but if something is not real, like if they convey a plat that doesn't exist, well, we can correct that with they can go back with the Scriveners, with whoever did the last deed. But if it actually does exist, you gotta fix that a little bit differently. Errors born after the execution of a will. Oh, that's interesting. This is another one. If someone has passed away and they have signed a contract, or they have signed a deed and nobody took it to be recorded, that can happen. We've seen that happen before, where a deed just pops up, and if it's not a record, we don't know it.
Yeah. How long for the timeline as far as when you guys get contracts, when you do your title search, and then how long does it take to get back of what, if the title search is clear, if there's liens on the property, what is that like timeline?
Most about 4 days is when we get it back to have it. So it's 5 to 7 days on having everything fully reviewed.
Okay.
It depends on the county, and if one of our searchers, if they don't have back to us pretty quickly, it's probably because they're having to do some more investigative work.
Yeah, because there is something.
Like with estates, they will send us the probate documents to go with those, so that we can see what's been done, what's not been done, and when did probate get open. So they'll find additional documents if needed. And sometimes with legal descriptions, you've got, I've actually had 2 files where there was overlapping properties. Just through time and record keeping, you've got folks, and there's a survey. The survey was done, and it showed on there overlapping properties. So it's technically they both own a piece of this property. It doesn't happen very often, but the reason that it can happen is because part of the legal description was misconveyed over the years, but the other legal description was correct for the neighboring property. So, but to answer your question. Typically, 7 days would be
From like when
would be
we
the
send
most.
you guys contract, and then, okay.
If it's a cash deal, we get it in that day. If it's a lender deal and we have the lender
Information,
title request
contact,
from them, it's that day. If it's not, then we have to wait for the title request to come in from the lender, because a lot of them will change lenders
Yeah.
in the meantime. Like, you hate to put it through one and or another, so.
And we can hold earnest money, so we do have a platform. Our platform is Qualia. Qualia is awesome. If you have questions about Qualia, just let me know. It is very safe, and also we have a place to like, aww. We have a place to put earnest money so we can get your receipt made right away.
What are you doing?
When you do it, I've had one transaction where there was a lien, but I've had one that was actually mine, but I just helped a buyer who was closing on his home in Virginia, that he had a lien which he wasn't aware of, that it was from like a bankruptcy he had earlier on, and then, just assumed that everything was paid off and he was fine, but there was still a lien there. So it kind of pushed everything back, but like the attorney in Virginia just like didn't know what to do with it, so he did nothing and didn't tell anyone. So like, but my thing is so if there is a lien, if it's paid off, you can still close as long as you like.
We have to have a release.
You have to have a release.
Yeah, 'cause you
Well,
have
and
to-
they can, Tammy will work with the folks,
Who were you?
as long as we know who the
Like third
who do
party,
trust.
whoever it is.
Yeah, we can even she will ask, hey, can you go ahead, or we've prepared releases and sent to them to have them sign.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens, they just, somebody forgets or changes jobs and they just didn't get that release done, so
Yeah.
they will.
And you can't give them clear title once that release is gone.
Yeah.
And it's odd if they won't. That's what we're going through with because at first the bank said, yeah, we'll write a letter saying that we're gonna have this released, it will be released, we'll release it. But that wasn't, just didn't feel like enough, because we don't want our buyer to potentially have a $1.7 million.
So it's gone
Lien.
through, it's gone through the loan officer to research to, there's another up there where they're working on it now, so,
So,
I'm waiting on it to come.
What
through.
does title insurance do for the lien? Does that correlate with each other as far as liens?
Yeah, if there's something that's missed, that does happen, every once in a while, where a company like that situation where they didn't look into it. For your buyer, if they've gotten their title insurance policy, that would be covered on there.
Yeah.
They would have to, the title insurance would pay on to release the lien if for some reason it was transferred with the lien that was maybe unpaid.
See, this one won't be because they bought it without doing a search.
Right. Okay.
I think it was even they got a quick claim. So there's like no guarantees of anything really. They're just saying you can have it. My name's off the title. Everything else is going with it. Very interesting.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Y'all want to do some
Thank you
trivia?
guys. Oh yes.
Because there's gonna this is okay. Nathan puts these bags together. This one has a lot in it. He really loaded it up. So we do some trivia and
Yeah.
I love trivia. Now I have like a pretty I love Dwight from The Office. I have kind of weird sense of humor. So if you don't think any of the multiple choice questions are supposed to be funny or not funny, don't let me know. I don't want to know.
Do you want us to finish up the video portion or?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you all again for coming.
Thank you.